How many of you are fans of a little show called Oron High School Host Club? I have something very special. I want you to meet a friend of mine. His name is Alex, but for today, his name is Honey Senpai. Oh my gosh! Aw, Tamaki and Honey. You look awesome. I was telling his mom that, you know, girls always dress up as guys, and Honey is so adorable that not many guys could pull this off. But he is so cute, and he's like perfect. How old are you? 10. And he looks awesome. Give him a hand. Yeah. Awesome. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
You know that one. Good. I am so glad to be here with you guys. Hey, when we're done here, I'm going to be signing autographs in the Riverview Riverage room. It has the word river in it. That's what you want to be looking for. And, oh, I also want you guys to know, I don't know, if I were smart, I would wait until everyone's seated, but I'm not smart. So I'll just tell you, I brought a lot of music CDs. A lot of you wrote me emails and said, can you please bring some of your music? So the answer is, I did. And I'll have those at the autograph session. In fact, I'm very excited to tell you that for about 3 years, people have been writing me and going, I sure wish you would make a Christmas CD. Okay, so I did. And I just got it back from the presses, and this is the first convention I've been able to have them at here. So I have some of those if you're Christmas types and, you know, the season's coming right around the corner. So I'd love for you to have those. Okay, let's start off. Oh, it's coming. It's not here at this moment, but do you need it? Who? Okay, yeah, if you can just get it set up, you know. Well, it's ready to go. So is the DVD is the screen, does the projector have to move down the aisle a little bit? No, I assume, no, right? To fill this screen? Wow, that's cool. Well, it won't quite go. I'll move it back. It'll be here in a minute. I'll give it to you the second it gets here. I have a couple of video surprises for you guys. Oh, but you have to promise me. No videotaping the videos. Now, I won't show them if you don't promise. Do you promise? I'm serious. Now, this is something that you're really going to enjoy, but I'm asking you not to tape it because I want it to be a special thing for cons. I don't want people seeing some crummy-looking, you know, bad quality video with bad audio from 30 feet away on the internet. This is for us to share, okay? And it wasn't announced. It wasn't advertised. It's just a little surprise. So I'm going to show it later on. And, what? Yes. For the Risen Bull Rangers, first and foremost. Now, some of you no doubt are saying, what did he just say? What is that? And why am I not part of it? That's what you're asking yourself right now. Well, I want to cordially invite all of you to join the coolest group on the planet, the Risen Bull Rangers. See? We have about 8,700 members worldwide. And it's just a great place to meet people that love the things you love and enjoy the same things that you enjoy. There are chat rooms and forums and all kinds of great things, and it's free to join, and we would love to have you be a part of it. So if it is your desire to crush the miniskirt army and achieve world domination, then by all means, join us. What? No, I didn't bring a dodgeball. If I did, I would hit you. Boom. No, I wouldn't. I would love, no hitting, just love. Okay, let me tell you guys what I'm working on right now. And in case you were bored and you just wandered in the room and you're like, who's the guy with the weird shirt? My name is Vic Mignogna. I'm a voice actor. I do a lot of voice work for animation and for video games. And I've been doing so for a little over 10 years. I've done over, somebody told me the other day, I lost count, but somebody told me the other day I've done over 100 shows now with video games and stuff. Well, you don't have to clap, but it's just, that means I'm old. That's what that means. Yay, he's old. That's all that means, is that I'm old. But some of the episodes and shows that I'm more well known for are Kurtz Weber and Full Metal Panic, for you anime fans. Broly and Dragonball Z. Several characters in Yu Yu Hakusho. Dark from D and Angel. Ah, D and Angel fans, I like it. And let's see, 5 from Tsubasa Chronicle. That's what, 4 of 100? No, don't worry, I'm not going to try to go through all of them because my brain's too small. Of course, Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. I love him so much. I love Ed. He is so short, but he's got a big heart. Anyway, and his brother's a tin can. And then most recently, I'm most excited to talk about Ouran High School Host Club. Holy flippin' moly. I love this show. If you have not seen it, do so quickly. Run to the dealer's room or your nearest video store. The first volume has been released, and it has 13 episodes on it. The whole first half of the series is on this first release. It looks just like that. And it has Tamaki and Haruhi on the front. Oh, Haruhi, I love you. But we had so much fun doing it. Nice poster. And so I'm excited about working on that show as well. Currently, I'm working on several shows. Any Bleach fans in here? If there are, it's good that you are here because you know as well as I do that Johnny Bosch is here, Ichigo himself. Very good friend, awesome voice actor, musician. I play Ikaku on Bleach, and I'm still working on that show. I just finished a show called Wallflower. You know that show? You guys know that show? It's freaky. Nuts. It's kind of like Ouran High School because it's like the beautiful boy show, except that it's pervy. It's twisted somehow. It's not like the same. But anyway, let's see, what else? How many of you have heard of a show called Claymore? Guys in the room, hot girls with swords. Everybody in the room, they're like, go get it. It's really cool, and I'm excited to be a part of that. Working on several of their shows, probably 8 or 10 different series right now. Some I'm not allowed to talk about, so you know how that goes. But I want to do 2 things with this panel. I want to spend time answering questions, interacting with you guys as much as possible, and then I have some things to show you toward the rear end of the panel. Excuse me saying rear end. But okay, let's talk about some things you want to talk about. Who's got some questions? Yes. What? Why would Edward ever say envy is better? That's a lie. Isn't it? Who thinks envy's better than Edward? Exactly. Envy is better than Edward in his dreams. Question? Yes. Oh, the short rants. Oh, my poor throat. There's only one thing worse than Ed's short rants, and that's Broly from Dragon Ball Z. It's just like, why not just take a machete and go on your throat? But let's see, do you have a favorite short rant? Preferably a short one. Well, the one that's nice and short and concise and to the point is, who you call a pipsqueak midget? I didn't say that, kid. Come on, calm down. Question. Hi, Hannah. This is my friend Hannah. She's been writing me for a long time, but we've never actually met, have we really? No, don't talk to me. It's okay, I'm just teasing you. Question? Who's got? Yes. You don't mind me being down here with you guys, do you? You don't mind me being down here? I just kind of like, I don't like kind of being away too much. No, we're not going to be doing the miniskirt line. How many of you guys even know what she's talking about? Crap. How many of you don't know what she's talking about? Okay, let me talk to you guys for a minute, okay? A couple of years ago, Travis Willingham, who plays this completely pointless character in FULLMETAL ALCHEMIST, we were at a convention, and somebody raised their hand, and they said, "You guys say something nice about each other's character." And so, you know, they were all excited, and so Travis said, "Edward is tall." And so I had to say something nice about Colonel Mustang. So I said, "Colonel Mustang is dead sexy." But I couldn't just leave it there because that would kind of sound like a compliment, right? So I had to like twist it into an insult at the end. So I went, "In a miniskirt." I didn't mean it as any kind of a weird yowie thing, okay? What I meant was that he would look really ugly with his bony, hairy legs in a miniskirt. But the kids went nuts. And so for a year and a half, I was asked to say this over and over and over. And then people started asking like Sonny Strait, who played Hughes, and Travis, and Aaron, and everybody to say this line. So it just really got out of control. And so I decided I wasn't going to say it anymore because it's not even like in the show. So I promised myself that 2008 would be a no miniskirt zone, okay? But now you know the story, so, and I did kind of say it, didn't I? Didn't I say Colonel Mustang is dead sexy in a miniskirt? I said it. Okay, yes?
Would you do Ed's real reaction seeing Colonel Mustang in a miniskirt?
Did you hear that?
Colonel Mustang in a miniskirt, Ed's real reaction.
It would probably be something like, "Oh God, Al, shut your eyes!" I wish I could transmute us 2 minutes earlier in time so I could avoid that. You're gross, Colonel. Yes, Joker. How hard was it to become a voice actor? Well, you know what? My story's kind of interesting, you guys, because I've been doing like theater and acting and stuff like that since I was very young, very, very young. School and church and community theater and any place I could find to do any kind of performing. And it wasn't until, like I said, about 10 or 11 years ago, I was working on a video production in Houston with a friend of mine. And in fact, those of you that are real hardcore anime fans would recognize his name. His name is John Grimion. It looks like Gramillion. Well, he's an amazing voice actor. And he and I were working on this video, and he said, "Hey, Vic, you've got some experience in acting, don't you?" And I'm like, uh-huh. And he said, "You ought to go and audition for this company in Houston that dubs these Japanese animated shows into English. They need actors." And I was like, huh, really? There's a company in Houston that does that? You know, you traditionally think that kind of thing would be done in LA or New York or something. And so I went and auditioned, and I got cast. Amazing. I was really quite surprised. And I the first role I ever played, how many of you are familiar with a show called Street Fighter II? And the games and stuff. I played Vega. Yes. And yes, thank you. Thank you. We'll commiserate we both remember that. And so then the next show came up, and I got to play another character in a different show. And then the next show, and the next show, and I was just quite surprised. Very surprised. Pleasantly surprised. Then I started meeting people at conventions from other studios. I met some people that worked at Funimation in Dallas, because I was living in Houston. And they said, "Hey, would you like to come up and play this really angry, mean, big, muscly bad guy?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I would." And so I went up and did Dragon Ball Z, and then I started doing more work with Funimation. Yu Yu Hakusho, Kitty Grade, Spiral, Case Closed, and then FULLMETAL Alchemist. Then I met people from Los Angeles. and I had been doing all these shows in Texas and made these friends in Los Angeles, and the next thing you know, I get to play roles in video games that are shot in Los Angeles, and then Bleach, which is recorded in Los Angeles, and Mare, anybody know that show? And Haruhi Suzumiya, anybody know that show? Rose and Maiden, and Daphne and the Brilliant Blue, and several other different shows out there. So in answer to your question, I never really set out with an intention to be a voice actor. It was really just, I believe very strongly that things happen for a reason, and I hope you don't mind me saying this. If you're not religious, that's totally fine, but I hope you won't mind me saying, I thank God every day. I give God the credit for giving me the opportunity to do something that I love to do. Thank you. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to God for the opportunities I've had. Well, hi. Yes. What? One more time.
Could you threaten Al with a can opener in Ed's voice?
You would do that to poor little Al? Al, don't make me get out the can opener. Brother, no. I'm full of chicken soup. Aaron is the cutest kid of all time. He is so funny, you guys. We tease each other mercilessly. Do you have the DVDs or okay, is Red still here? Okay, because he's going to. Yeah, I love Aaron to death, and we love doing cons together. I feel so bad, you guys, because his voice has changed. I mean, completely changed. And, you know, I mean, now he goes to cons, and people are like, you know, say a famous Al line, and he's like, brother, the kitten. And I'm like, holy crap, Al's on hormones. Question. Yes. Favorite character? That has got to be one of the hardest questions ever. That would be like saying, what was the favorite breath you took yesterday? You know what I mean? I love so many characters that I've gotten to play. I'm very, very grateful again. And, you know, while you're working on one, that's kind of your favorite, and then you get a new one, and you're like, oh, this is my favorite now. And then you get another one, and over the course of time, I mean, I've gotten to play so many roles that I love for different reasons. I mean, you know, who couldn't love Ed? You know, I love playing him. But then, you know, I'm so jazzed about Tamaki. And, you know, but then as soon as I start naming them, then I start thinking of Fi and Dark and Kurtz and Kugaji from Sayuki and Yukito from Air and Gall from Generator Gall and Hiroki from Princess Nine. And so it would be impossible to perform. Sorry about that. Sorry. Woohoo! Serious question. Oh, that is no rumor. I have been hearing that too, and apparently it is confirmed. They are actually working on a new season of Full Metal Alchemist. I know! It's gonna be great! Yow! I'm excited. We are very excited. Yes, my little mom. Oh, look, with angel wings. Yes, Mother. I made you this really ugly little clay dog. You remember that? Al made one too. His is even worse than mine. Yes. Well, the story behind that is that you guys might be pleased to know that I am as much of a nerd as you are. I'm not kidding you. I just saw a Jedi Knight with his hood up and everything standing in the doorway, and I wanted to go, oh, Star Wars. Anybody here ever been to Star Wars Celebration, the Star Wars celebrations that they did before the movies? I was there. Dressed as a Jedi Knight. Oh, yeah. And I love it. In fact, it was funny that Marina mentioned DragonCon, because 10 years ago, I went to DragonCon as a fan, dressed as a stormtrooper. And so now I go to DragonCon as a guest, and it's very surreal, you know what I mean? Because I was just a fan dressing up in costumes 10 years ago. But I was at this big convention in Dallas called A-Kon. And one of my friends was there, and she said, "Hey, I've got this really great Cloud costume from Final Fantasy. Do you want to wear it?" And of course, who could resist, right? So I put it on, and the funny thing was that I put it on thinking, this will be great. I can walk around the convention for a while and not have to, talk to people or take pictures or anything. I'll just kind of hang out like everybody else. No. People love Cloud. So more people wanted pictures of Cloud than me. It's they're like, "Oh, Cloud!" And so I ended up spending an hour with this giant sword, posing for pictures and stuff. So I made a mental note. Next time you do a costume, make sure it has a helmet or something like that, or it doesn't look like a hot character from Final Fantasy. That's a word to the wise. And then the next year, I dressed as a TIE fighter pilot from Star Wars. And I've also done some other dressing up. Red. Yes, I've also done some other costume things that I don't know if any of you ever seen me dressed as Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. This is my first officer, Mr. Spock. No, it's not, actually. You're so cute. Mr. Spock, not as cute as you. Anyway. So I'm a big geek. I'm a big sci-fi fan, and I love doing events like this because it's like hanging out with your peeps, Question? Do you have a question, young lady? Tell me your question, you cute girl. Not you! What? Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Say that again.
What if I was a can opener?
What if I was a can opener? Would you open him? You wouldn't? Me neither. Because what's inside? Nothing. There's just a ghost inside. Ooh! I'm traumatizing. Hold on. What's your name? Devotia? That is the... Oh my gosh, how beautiful. And what's your name? Destiny and Devotia. Wow. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. You're adorable. What if I used a can opener on Al? He'd probably squash me like a bug. He'd go, "Brother!" and step on me. Question? Yes. Well, let's just say that I have never refused to hug someone that asked me to hug them. And that even includes smelly boys. Yes, I have been known to hug men. Purely platonic, though. Don't get any funny ideas now. Keep your minds out of the gutter. Yes. I do. Advice for aspiring actors and actresses. My advice to you is act. I know that sounds weird, but that's the truth. You learn by doing. Talking about it, watching other stuff is all nice and good. But the more experience that you can get actually doing something, the better off you will be. There are a lot of people that I've met who want to audition for, let's say, for an animated show, but they don't really ever do anything until they think they're going to get an audition. Well, by then it's too late. You have to be prepared before you get the opportunity. Because if you have not developed the skills yet, you may get one chance to go in and audition for something. And if you aren't ready, you may blow that chance and never get another one. So right now, if you're interested in in acting on stage or camera or anime, whatever, if you're interested in it, start doing it now. Get involved in school plays. Get involved in community theater. Get involved in church programs. Get involved in, if your friends are doing something, or you know, if you're doing something. We had a nice conversation last night in my panel about somebody that wanted to. It was George right here, wanting to do film, wanting to make films. Well, you know what my advice to him is? You want to guess what it is? Make them. Make them. Get a video camera. Make up an idea. Plan out how you want to shoot that idea, and go and shoot it. And spend a little bit of money on some software for your computer so you can edit it. Yeah, and his dad's going, oh, no. George, cash in on that. All right, question. Yes, all the way in the back. What was it like doing a show, and how did I get it in the first place? You know, that's a really interesting question because... Thank you. When I had just finished doing, I think it was Spiral, which is an anime at Funimation, and Justin Cook. You guys know that name? Yu Yu Hakusho? Yes. Justin was supposed to be originally was supposed to direct Full Metal Alchemist. And he called me and said, hey, I've got this show I'd like you to come and audition for. And he said it's called Full Metal Alchemist. Well, I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I was not a huge anime fan independent of the work that I had done, so I didn't really know what the show was about. I had done a show called Full Metal Panic, but of course, nothing to do with any of that. So I went up there to Funimation to read for this show, and what they typically have, you guys, is there's this room, a waiting area, with a loose leaf notebook, and a whole bunch of pages, and each page has a picture of a character, a paragraph description of the character, and then 5 or 6 lines that the character would say. They call them character sides, audition sides. And what you do is, oh, there's a sexy girl. This is my sweet girl, Michelle. Hi, baby. Thank you. What? Yes, she brought stuff. Can you maybe find yeah, find him for me and tell him I've got the DVDs that I need to show. Oh, are you the man? Okay. Will you yeah, load that. Can you hold on these? Thank you. So I was looking through the sides, the audition sides for Full Metal Alchemist, and I didn't know anything about the characters, didn't know anything about the show. So I'm looking through the pages, right? And I'm like, Alphonse Elric. He's such and such years old, blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, I don't think I would ever be considered for him. Too young, you know, I don't think I could do it. So I turn the page and I'm like, Maze Hughes. He works in the military, blah, 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 and he loves his daughter. I'm like, nice guy. Looks like a nice family man. Turn the page. Colonel Roy Mustang. He looks like a jerk. Edward Elric. Okay, he must be related to the Alphonse kid from earlier. Okay, let's see. I didn't even know who he was. I mean, for all I know, he was like in 4 episodes. I mean, I didn't know who he was. But I'm like, I liked him. I liked he sounded like an ornery little feisty character. And so Justin Cook came out of the studio and he said, did you get a chance to look at the sides? And I said, yeah, I like this guy. I'd like to read for him. And Justin got this smile on his face and he said, I was hoping you would say that because we need to... So he said, I was hoping you'd say that because we need to prepare a demo episode for the Japanese. We need to record the whole first episode and submit it as a test episode. So he said, I want you to play that character for the first episode. So we recorded the whole first episode with Rose and Cornello, and then they submitted those choices to the Japanese, and the Japanese liked what I did with that character, and so that's how I got cast. It was quite You know what I mean? It was really not knowing much about it and just kind of innocently auditioning. And to work on it was one of the greatest privileges of my voice acting career. The people that were in that show, everybody was so well cast. It was such a wonderful cast of people. The writing was so good. Everything about the story, the music, the animation, the story arc itself, I mean, everything about it was a pure joy to be a part of. So, thank you for asking. Yes? Mao. What would Mao say? Oh, yeah, oh, Mao. Anybody played Disgaea yet? Disgaea 3? He's this cute little guy, isn't he? He's like Evil Ed. And he's always laughing. No! I'll make all of you my evil slaves. That's for you. Okay, question. Yes, sir.
I know a while ago you went into audition for Orochimaru with Naruto. That was really great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
I was wondering if by any chance you would audition for any other parts in that show.
I would love to be a part of that show. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I would love to be a part of that show. I'm good friends with the people that work on it and a lot of the actors, and I would love to be a part of it. If that happens, it would be wonderful. We'll just have to see what happens. Yes? Well, I know what you thought. I thought that the mic was the bottle of light. Well, you know, most actors will tell you, if you say, what do you want to be in? What do they say? Everything. So I would love to do, there are several shows right now that I'm very excited about. I can't really talk about them, but I'm hoping to be able to be a part of them. You know, partly because they're great shows and partly because I'm an independent actor who only works when he gets cast. So it's good to be cast. Question? Yes.
Out of all the characters you've ever voiced, are there any which character do you think you're most like, and which mix of characters?
I have had that question before. I would have to say, if I had to pick a mix of characters, it would be a mix of two characters. It would be a mixture of Hiroki Takasugi from Princess Nine, and I know a lot of you are like, what? What's that? Is that a dessert? What is that? Hiroki is this really great character that I played in this show called Princess Nine, and it's about a girls' baseball team. And it's a great show, wonderful show. And I love to play baseball, and Hiroki was a great character. So I would say I'm probably a mixture of Hiroki and Kurt Sweber from Full Metal Panic. Yeah, there's a little bit of pervert in all of us, I think. I just try to keep mine under control. Hold on, let's make this more like this. What do you think? Da, 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 da. Pow! That's what I'm talking about. Excellent. I already asked you a question, Colonel Mustang-wearing costume person. Yes? How many times have I cried in the recording booth? You know, I tend to be a crier, I have to admit. I really get into shows that I work on. Full Metal more than any. Toward the end of that series, oh my gosh, I was bawling all the time. You guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, there are so many emotional moments in that series. And, you know, people were always like, did you cry when Hughes died? I hope I just didn't give anything away right there, but some guy in the back, holy crap, Hughes died? Dang you, Vic Mignogna! Well, maybe he didn't. I'll try to save myself here. Yeah, he thought he died, but he woke up and it was just a dream. Anyway, a lot of people ask me if I cried at certain moments. And you know what really was rough about the Hughes thing was Ed and Al don't find out for like 25 episodes. They didn't know. So every day I would come in to record, I would look at Mike McFarlane and I'd go, do I get to find out today? is this the episode where Ed finds out? And he's like, no. Get in the booth, man. And so I was always like dying to find out. And finally, when that moment came, oh, it was fun to play. But there were many moments in Full Metal. A lot of people said, did you cry when Nina died? Some guy in the back right now, what? Not Nina! Dang you, Vic Mignogna! And, you know, I didn't cry when Nina died, and I'll tell you why. Because we just started the series. I didn't yet have that emotional bond that you have from just doing a character over the course of time and relating to somebody. It would kind of be like just meeting somebody for the first time, and then they have to leave, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of sad to see you go, but see ya, you know? And the difference between that and spending, you know, months and months and months developing a close friendship with somebody, and then they have to leave, or something tragic happens to them. So when Nina died, I didn't really cry. That was what we like to call acting. I just pretended. But a few episodes later, when Ed was almost killed by Barry the Chopper, yeah, that one got me. At the end there, when he's sitting on the steps with Al and he's talking about how he really thought he was gonna die. He really was prepared to be killed, and how scared he was and everything. I love that. I love that. That really got me teared up. And from then on out, I think it was, you know, I was gone. I was a goner. Yes, Goku. Kakarot. Don't you make me say it. Oh, I'll do Broly sex change. Kakarot. That's with his girdle too tight. Okay, what's your question, my brother? Yeah. Damn you, Goku cosplayer. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh, sorry. From the guy dressed in the Goku costume. My name's not Goku. Wow. Sit down, Mike. You're embarrassing me, asking me these hard questions, you evil creature. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. You ready? Let me tell you about my love affair. When I was a little kid, and I mean 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 31, 32. I was so in love with the original Star Trek series. I mean the original. I mean, nothing beats Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy. Those characters were amazing. And in my opinion, every incarnation of Star Trek after that got a little bit further away and a little bit further away and a little bit further away from the magic that was the original. Yeah, Next Generation was fine, but it just kept getting further away. And, you know, I just think there was something very special created with those characters and those stories, and I love them. In fact, my good friend is out here. You guys, check out their panels. Star Trek Phase 2, if you guys know about that. Good friend James Cawley that runs that and plays Captain Kirk in their amazing episodes. He's a good friend, and I'm paying him lots of money to be a part of it. I'm trying to bribe him because I want to be a part of that because I love Star Trek. And there's so many of us, you guys, a little more older guys that grew up like I did, loving that show, who would give anything. How much would you give to be wearing a uniform and standing on the bridge of the Enterprise? You know, it's like a dream, you know, like a dream. Yeah, you got that right. I see you back there. There it is. Yeah, yeah. Somebody's like, that hurts. I can't make my finger do it. So I love Star Trek, and I will always love Star Trek, and I look forward to any chance to talk about it. In fact, my girl here did not know a great deal about it, hadn't seen a lot of them, and so guess what we're doing in our spare time? Weeknights, we make salads, and we sit and watch Star Trek episodes. I've got them all on DVD, and I'm waiting for them to come out on Blu-ray. But we watch the original episodes, and I sit there almost with tears in my eyes, giddy like a boy, like a little kid. Am I right? She'll tell you. I mean, like crying at some of these moments because that was such a huge part of me creatively when I was that age. You guys, I would dress up as Captain Kirk. My mom taught me to sew, and I would make uniforms. I would make uniforms for kids in the neighborhood, and I had an 8mm movie camera. Video? What's video? We didn't have videotape. You couldn't even play back what you shot. You shoot it on a film camera, and you hope it looks good when you get it back from the developer 2 weeks later. No sound, and I would build sets out in the woods, and I would get my friends in the neighborhood together, and we would make Star Trek episodes. So that's a huge part of my growing up. I love that show. And but now Star Wars, a whole different love affair. I mean, not counting the prequels. Sorry, the prequels did nothing for me. But I love the original three and the first trilogy, and I love those characters. And you know, Star Wars is responsible for so much of the direction that science fiction films took after that, and the technology. You know, a bunch of college guys developing techniques in motion capture and motion control cameras that were from USC, who now do the effects for about every major film like that there is. Industrial Light and Magic. I mean, it was created by a bunch of college guys because Lucas wanted to shoot spaceships like they'd never been shot before. He wanted dynamic movement like had never been seen. And so they developed a lot of great techniques for the Star Wars films. I love those. You guys, guess what I have at my house? I have a lightsaber collection. And I'm not talking about the toys you get at Walmart. I'm talking about like $400 a piece, beautiful, screen-accurate, gorgeous props. In fact, I'm going to tell you something I don't think I've told a lot of people. Right before Episode 1 came out, there was a Premiere magazine cover that had Ewan McGregor on the front of it dressed as Obi-Wan. You guys remember this picture? And he was standing there like this, and he had his the lightsaber, and I was always a big lightsaber geek. And I saw it, and I'm like, oh, that's a new lightsaber. Look at that design. It's beautiful. I contracted a machine shop in Houston, Texas to build that lightsaber for me. You know how much it cost me? $1,700. Now, don't anyone ever accuse me of not being a geek and a jerk and a nerd and a nutball. I love this stuff. Love it. So, in fact, I even brought that. I travel with that one. I keep that one close to me. It's my one. I had some guy offer me like $6,000 for it once. It's a beautiful piece of work. Surgical grade stainless steel. I mean, it's like computer cut. It is beautiful, beautiful. So Star Wars, I mean, was a big influence on me too. I started making little Star Wars fan films. You know, when that hit, I was about 15, 16, you know, and was crazy about it. So I don't know if I could ever pick between those two, Mike, right? I don't know if I could ever pick between them, Mike. I love Star Trek from way back and always will, original series, and I love Star Wars from a little bit further back and always will. You know what? I want to show you guys something, and we're going to run out of time if we don't show it. So are we good to go here? Let me tell you what you're about to see, and I'm not kidding you. I'm asking you. Look, there are way too many of you for me to keep track of you, but I'm asking you not to videotape this, okay? Don't videotape this, all right? He's like, wait, let me get this on video. You guys, this is something that I made a few years ago, right after we started recording Full Metal William Shatner. And he was like my favorite, right? So I go to this convention, and who's a guest at the convention with me? William Shatner. Now, he just jetted in and did an autograph thing and jetted out, and I never got to meet him. That was the bad part, but I have to tell you the good part. the program that they print out, this beautiful 4-color program, on the front of their program, it's the Canadian National Expo. On the front of their program, they had 4 long bars with pictures that represented each of the 4 things that the convention kind of celebrates. The first one was like Frankenstein, and it kind of represented like horror and stuff like that. The next one was like, I think it was like Alice Cooper or something. It was like rock and that kind of stuff. The third one was a picture of Captain Kirk, which represented sci-fi, and the fourth one was a picture of Edward Elric. I mean, to have, you know, to have this brochure, this booklet with Kirk right beside Ed, I thought, oh my gosh, I could die right now. Take me, Lord. I'm ready to go. All right, let's see if we got. Well then, I will see you guys at 5 o'clock, and I would encourage you to stay here because one of the coolest guys in anime is up next, Mr. Johnny Bosch. Yeah, I see you. You can't hide from me, dude. I saw you come in, yo. You little secret. Sitting in the back corner. Get up here, JB. Give him a hand, you guys.
Johnny Bosch is one of the coolest.
What is that? Is that?
Yes, that's to make me sound cool. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? So I'm gonna be showing the Bleach fantasy. I dressed up and everything. It's cool. Final battle with rain and everything. No, I don't have anything cool like that. So yes, please leave. Please go ahead. It's okay. I don't have anything great to show you. Now would be the time to leave, though, because otherwise you'll be stuck in here, and I'll just start pointing you out. Thank you. Thank you, that one person. You're really kind. Anyhow, so I'm Johnny Yong Bosch, and I'm the one who's going to be boring you for the next 40 minutes as I talk about absolutely nothing. So, do you guys know who I am? Adam from Power Rangers. It's morphin' time! Vash and Trigun, who screams, "This world is made of love and chicken grease!" Well, Kaneda and Akira, Kiba and Wolf's Rain, Nero and Devil May Cry 4, Ichigo and Bleach, some other stuff, Lelouch and Code Geass. So let's talk. Start thinking of questions, and then I'll be like, raise your hand, and then, yeah, you got something already? Good. Ah, that's weird, man. This thing's stuck to my little. That's weird. After Power Rangers, my first voice acting gig was Trigun. Yeah, it was scary. I didn't know when I went in for the audition that it was actually like an important role. I just thought he was just some weird guy with spiky yellow hair, but no, he was important, I guess.
How do you really feel about Rukia?
Personally, or how does Ichigo feel? I think she's cool, but people are always asking, like, do you think Rukia and Ichigo are gonna get together? And I'm like, I don't know. Isn't she dead? So I see how there might not be, it may not work. Maybe a little awkward. But she's cool. I want her to draw more, though. Yes.
How would you describe your experience with the Namco
The
Tales games?
Tales games? That's the only one that I've tried to play. But then, oh, what did I think of doing the voice acting stuff? I love doing it. I had a good old time. Guy was a lot of fun, because when I was doing this one and playing Guy, I was also doing Dot Hack where I was Coon, and Coon's like a womanizer, you know, but Guy, he's like afraid of women. So it was kind of cool because I got to play kind of opposites or whatever. So that was fun. And doing Emil in the latest game was pretty cool because he's got a split personality, and you know I had to be a wimp, you know, in the very beginning, and then you know you get to see this change throughout the game. So it's fun. A lot of people didn't know that though. They just thought that I didn't know how to control my voice. Yes.
What did you think when you found out that Ichigo had a hollow side?
I thought it was cool. In fact, I get excited to do Hollow Ichigo stuff, and then I'm always upset whenever Ichigo shows up and is trying to rip off the mask. You know, because that's when he's cool. I mean, to me, it's like cooler as Hollow Ichigo, because then he's really gonna beat somebody up. You know, I want somebody to die in the show, and so Hollow Ichigo I feel like would actually kill someone, but you know, Ichigo always ruins it. You know, he's like no, and you know, and stops the fight. So hopefully one day he'll let him kill someone. I think people should die on the show. It'd be much sadder. Yeah, Lelouch is a lot of fun. It's hard though. Lelouch is pretty complicated, you know, because naturally for a character to be crazier or darker, I want to play him. I don't know, like I don't want to be melodramatic, you know, like Zero is. But so it's kind of different. But now in the second season, he's changing a bit more and it's getting darker. Have you guys seen through the first season? That last episode of the first season is pretty crazy though, huh? That's crazy. Yeah, it made me go like, this is a good show, you know? And I was like, I got to see what happens. And so I was trying to find it on YouTube, but you know. Favorite line that Hollow Ichigo says? Does he have any cool lines? I don't know. He just makes a lot of cool noises. You know, like, ha! You know, or whatever he does. And then, you know, so that's just fun. Besides Kiba? You get upset if I don't say Ige? I don't know. I felt like all the characters worked really well, you know? So, I don't know. I think, what's his name? Sume was pretty cool, you know? He was like the cooler one. Actually, Kiba was kind of cool too. It's like, because I went from, you know, from doing Vash and then I did Kiba and I was like, I don't know if I can do this character. He's too cool, you know? I was like thinking all I could do was just love and peace, you know, or whatever, you know? But Kiba's like real subtle and cool. I wish I was as cool as him. I need to grow my hair out and talk like this all the time, really low, and you can barely hear me. Yes. I think I had more fun when he was more of a douchebag, which is when he was a bit older. Okay, yeah, don't throw any rocks at me. But it's kind of a cool character, though, you know. I do wish there was a little bit more to him, you know. But that show is really cool. When I got the role, I had no idea what the show was about, so I looked it up and watched like 6 episodes or something like that, and I was like, dude, this show is awesome. Which, you know, I don't really watch that much anime, except for occasionally the stuff that I've done, yeah. His evil laugh? It's hard for me to do it because, like, when I go to these things, I always just do, like, various different things, and so I'm not going to be as in character as I should be. But I'm trying to remember some way that he would laugh. Usually it starts off with a slower, like... Something like that. And there's much more emotion in it whenever, you know, I'm in character and I've been playing the role or whatever. That was really kind of dry, but yeah, he's crazy. I want him to get crazier and darker. He's pretty cool. No one else? Thank you for coming. Yes, back here. I needed a job. I was done with Power Rangers. I did a live action film called, here it's called Extreme Heist, and the audio was just awful. Like something happened, I don't know, the sound guy was, I don't know what he was doing. It was just like the whole film. We're like, oh, this is great. So I had to dub my character in the movie, and I was playing the hero in the film. And so as I was doing it, the director and producer were talking, and they kept saying, "You've got a good hero voice." I was like, "Cool, I'm playing the hero." And so I didn't know what to think of that. And they're like, "Oh, that's good, it's good." And then eventually I got a call from the producer who said, "Hey, you know what? I want you to come in and audition for this animation I'm doing." So I went in, and they played me the animation, and the first clip that they showed me was already dubbed in English. And then they played me the Japanese. And he said, "Can you be, your tone is like that, you're younger sounding, can you be wilder and goofier like that?" I was like, "Sure, I'll try." And so I did it and auditioned and got it. That was Vash. So it was just like an audition. It's an accident. Everything I do is an accident. Like, I really shouldn't be, like, if that sound guy didn't screw up that film, then I don't think I would be doing voiceover. I don't know, I'd be mowing lawns or something for 20 bucks. Yeah, I'd charge more than 20 bucks. 50. Anybody? No takers? No? No? You want me to mow your lawn? Acting, you know, when I'm a martial artist, and so, like, a big fan of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Billy Chung and all these martial arts guys. And I always wanted to be an action star. And so when I was in Texas, I'm studying Shaolin Kung Fu, and my instructor knew that, you know, I wanted to act and be a martial arts, I don't know, superhero. I don't know what I want to be. But, and he was reading the newspaper on a Saturday, and he saw there's a thing on there that said looking for Power Rangers or whatever, and it showed like a picture of all these Power Rangers, and he said, "You should go audition for this." And so I went and auditioned, and that's what happened. It was, again, see, it was an accident. I don't know. It's just an audition. I don't know, and now it's like it's turned into a passion for me now. It's like any way that I can express myself through playing different characters or whatnot, or even with my band when I write songs and play music. It's just an expression of my feelings and stuff, so it's, yeah, it's a good release. Yeah. What do you think about Renji? I think I like the bickering we have back and forth, but I felt like we also had that with Ishida, you know, with Uryu. And I feel like maybe Renji kind of took that away a little bit. And I thought when Renji fought, who was it, Byakuya? I thought if he would have died, it would have been really sad. But it would have been good. But whenever I say that, people are like, "What? You can't kill him." I'm like, "I know, but if they did, it would be cool, right?" I think somebody should die. Everybody lives. Ichigo should die. All he does is fight and then get beat up and then, "I'm stronger." Or he should just like almost die like every episode and let Haluigi come out and play, you know? That would be fun. If I could cosplay any character, I think I would probably do Vash, because he's got, I think, the coolest costume, you know? But I wouldn't do that. Are you answering your phone? You asked a question, now you're going to answer the phone? You're really not even paying attention to me, are you? So that's what happens in my panel. Vic, everybody's like, "Oh." And in mine, they're like, "Okay, so what did you do?" "Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool, yeah, Vash, okay, yeah, 11 piece, yeah." Yes. If I could say. It's an Ichigo line. "The name is Ichigo. I'm the one who's going to beat your ass. How's it going?" I always thought it was weird that he said beat your ass instead of kick. But that's what he wanted to say. So what's he saying, like, I beat him? I'm gonna beat your ass. It's really your life. Every time you watch Power Rangers, you think, boy, I wonder if he gets frustrated. No, that's fine. Actually, it's a good question because nobody else was raising their hand, so thanks. You saved my butt. Yes? I'm sorry, just one, please. I'm just kidding. You do? Oh. Okay. Are you an Esper? Are you an Esper? I played an Esper. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Okay, well, in Power Rangers, whenever we hit anything or got hit, there would be a spark. And he's wondering, what's up with that? No, I didn't ask. I didn't really care. I was wearing spandex. I mean, that was the only thing. I was like, do I have to wear this? Sparks were cool. I was like, please, yeah, just put sparks on me. Just don't let me wear this thing. You can't hear it, but whenever I walk right now, it's like, I make a lot of noise. No, as a martial artist, when you punch or you kick, you always do some kind of noise or some kind of breathe out or whatever, so. Like, kill, like that. I think you're supposed to do that, though. Yeah. Whenever you punch, I mean, well, like a boxer would just go, tss, you know, it tightens your body up and makes the impact stronger, you know? Or if you're going to get hit, you make a noise, too. You know, just tighten up. You do, yeah. But then, I mean, I wouldn't go, kill, you know, every time. You know, maybe I'd like fake somebody out and go, kill. You know? It's a little different on TV. Was that the second question? That was the second one. Yeah, the first one was sparks. That's it. You're done. Your limit. Okay. Good question, though. Have you guys seen Wolf's Rain? Oh, man, you have to see it. I'm not going to ruin it. It made sense to me. Some people it didn't make sense, you know, or it was like it was kind of sad or whatever. But I liked it. That was good. It makes for, because like, you know, there's so many anime shows where they start off really good, and then you get to the end and you're like, wait, what? Is that the end? Wait, is it to be continued? That's the end of the series? Are you kidding me? I paid how much for this? I spent hours watching, you know, Tenjo Tenge, and now they just like leave me hanging. No, I liked it. It had a good ending, you know? And some of them are like, this is the dumbest show in the world, and then the ending is like, whoa, this is awesome, you know? Like The Sixth Sense. You know, I was like, what the heck am I watching? Oh! I got to see that again. Nah, all right, just one time's good. I know the ending. Any other questions? You're way back in the back. Can I do Kiba's voice? He didn't do anything cool. It's easier for me to do somebody who like had like a tagline, like Ichigo yells Bankai or whatever, but he didn't really do anything. And usually I'd have to warm up for that one because he's a little lower. Maybe I'll just scream Cheza. How's that? Will that work? Sure. Did I just snort? Was that me? That was weird. Like I like stopped talking and I heard like that. That was freaking weird. Are you pushing buttons back there? Do I snort when I talk? I'm embarrassed. Now I can't do it. Cheza! I'm gonna take a drink of water while you guys think of questions because I don't want to snort again. It was almost like a laugh snort, like, you know? Like I laughed at myself. That'd been embarrassing. I'm so funny. All right. Yes. Did Nero ever say the F word? The F word? I think he said the S word. I don't think he said the F word. Because the rating on the game would have been different, I think. There was one point, is it still in the game? Yeah, where he flips him off. Do you remember at the end when he's like, come and get it? You know? And they wanted me to do it like 2 different ways. Like at one point, it was like, you know, and it was like, what? But that game was so much fun, though. I got to go to Japan to do Devil May Cry 4, which was pretty cool. Have you guys played it? Yeah, that was fun, man. I really liked the story. They didn't reveal as much, though, as they could have. There's some funny videos up now, though. But, man, are you again talking in the panel? Oh, my gosh. Jeez. Do you want the microphone? I'm just messing with you. I don't care. You can talk. You guys don't worry about me. It's right here. Sometimes, yeah. Like doing an anime, you pretty much always have picture, and so you're always matching flaps. And if the character's screaming, you got to make him sound like he's screaming, or if he's crying, you got to make him cry. Whereas a video game, you usually don't have picture. You're just working off of a script, and there are still some timing things, but it's pretty different, you know. And you do like in an anime, if they're doing a fight scene, you can just watch like if I do Ichigo, they play the fight scene for me once, and then I just chase it, you know. In a game, they'll make me do like, I don't know, 3 different fight noises, a charge up, you know, and different getting hit noises and stuff like that, and then they plug it into the game because you're controlling it. So yeah, it's different. There's a lot more screaming and stuff like that in games, though. You know, because you have your charge ups and you yell, I don't know, lightning fist, thunder ball, bowl carpet, you know, whatever. The names are so weird, man. Then there's like 1,000 of them. It's like something strike, and lightning strike, or I don't know, light bulb fast. I don't know. It's weird. It's always like a weird sounding something or other. And then words that you've never heard of. Bligaba. So, is your hand up, or are you just like, yay? Okay, I'm finished. Sorry, I just ramble. I just keep talking. You're just gonna you have to interrupt me. Yes. Without the spandex. Well, now I'm intrigued. It depends on the story, you know, because some anime, the story is so good and the characters are good that I just love playing them. But I do love the freedom in acting and live action, or even when I got to do Devil May Cry, there's so much more freedom. I could create, I wanted him to cry or be more emotional, you know, and then I could do it that way, you know, and I got to make the choices, you know. I mean, the director guided me, try this or whatever, but I got to make the choices, you know. And you do get to make choices in what you do in anime, but you're still very, very limited, you know. Like I said, if he's screaming, you can't just whisper, you know. You have to scream. So I like the freedom in being able to just get a script and do the character the way you think. You know, because a lot of times when you read through, like even when I read through, like just to figure out what's going on, and I read the character and what I'm saying and kind of like get it in my head, and then I picture it one way, and then I see it a different way on there, and then I'm like, okay, so that's what's going on, you know. So I do like the freedom, but they're both really fun. Yeah. Good? Oh, that I lost the hood? I'm still having a bad hair day, though, you know. It's like I'm like growing my hair out. I don't know why I'm growing it out. I just didn't want to go get it cut. And I'm here, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. I didn't even bring shaving cream. I can't even shave. I'm pasty. I got a sore throat. I'm snorting. It's like weird, you know. So I'm just having one of those days, and I just figured, who cares? Except for when as soon as I woke up, my eyes are like swollen. I look really Asian when I wake up, you know. I mean, I am Asian, but you know, I look really Asian when I wake up, you know, like. And then and I had to go take pictures first thing when I woke up. So kids are like, hey, smiling. I'm like, is that bad? Making fun of myself? All right. Somebody had a question, right?
What was your favorite acting experience, be it for voice acting for a specific character in an anime or a game, or acting live action?
It's hard to say because there's a lot of things that I've done that there are really great moments that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed playing Nero in Devil May Cry 4. I'm really enjoying some of the loose stuff in Code Geass. Ichigo, like I love Hollow Ichigo, and I love the emotional stuff that Ichigo has. There's so many things. I guess there's no, I mean, when I first got Power Rangers, I was like, yay, And then, then it was just kind of like, oh, I'm kind of doing the same thing all the time, Except for later on, then we did a Wild West episode, and they gave me a little more freedom to do funnier things and stuff. So there's a lot of moments throughout my career. I did a couple films. I was going to show one here yesterday, but I didn't show it. And then, and so it's cool. I worked with Ray Park. You guys got to know Ray Park, right? Darth Maul. I worked with him on a film called Hellbinders that they're finishing up. You can check out the trailer. I play a ninja. That was awesome. I've never played like a ninja, like live action. And it was weird though. They gave me it was very comic book feeling, and the way they shot it and the way it looks. And I have like this leather long whatever thing, and I felt like I was dressed up in cosplay. And so I went to the wardrobe person, because like my character's like a ninja that has magic and fights or whatever, and I thought that'd be kind of cool if I made one arm magic, and then I I found like buckles, this like weird like bondage stuff, and I just wrapped up one arm and used one arm for it. So it's kind of cool, and that was my choice, and the director was like, sure, but I really kind of did it because it looked like Vash, and I wanted people to be like, hey, but I don't know if people would get that. Anyhow, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I like. I don't even remember what you asked. Sorry. If I have a mic, I just hear myself talking. I'm not even thinking. The voice over here is doing all this. I'm just doing this, and it's just. Yes. How old was I? It's harder now, being busier, but, I really didn't get into, an actual school until, I don't know, I was, maybe 14 or 15 or something like that. That's when I started taking Shaolin Kung Fu. Before that, it was just, I beat up on my brother. Yeah, you really learn a lot that way. But no, I did a lot. I would watch Jackie Chan films and all the martial arts stuff, and I would go outside and practice that stuff. And so how some of you guys are probably the same thing. You know how to do acrobats, but you never took a class or anything, but you know how to flip and stuff. And so I was already doing flips and things, and so watching him do his moves and kicks and stuff, I was able to just copy it really easily. So getting into the school really kind of helped me to, hone in on those skills and really kind of fine-tune everything. And then find time. You just kind of have to make time, Sometimes I don't. There are weeks that I don't go kicking around or whatever, and then I feel like an idiot, because then, I'm a loser, baby. But yeah, you got to, tonight I got to work out sometime, or tomorrow morning or something. I got to find some time to work out. Or else, I don't know. You think you can eat anything, but I used to be super skinny when I was younger, right? As soon as I turned 21, I was in bed, and I rolled over, and I was like, whoa, what's this? Where did this come from? No, man, gosh, it's tough getting old. Then you get wrinkles. It makes you look more Asian. Not that it's bad, because Asian people are cool. I'm Asian, don't forget. Making fun of myself. Are you going to ask a Power Ranger question? Okay, good. Earlier on, usually early in a series, you have no say. You really have, you can say stuff, but then they'll be like, that's what it is, you're saying it that way. And until you have done the character for a while, and the producers and the directors and everybody start to feel comfortable, like they think you know what you're doing, then you have a say. Earlier in Bleach, that felt weird. And I was like, can I say it? And then no. It's like, okay. So I just did how, I was told to do it in the beginning, until around episode 18 or something. They're like, yeah, I guess you know what you're doing. And then they let me kind of play Ichigo how I wanted to play him. Or in the very beginning, when I auditioned for it, for example, I went in, and I was familiar with Ichigo because I had seen, when I'd done other conventions and stuff, I'd seen some of it. And so I was like, okay, he's kind of a rough kid. He's like a punk kid, really, And so I was going to play him kind of raspy and, gruff, rough around on the edges. And that was my first take, but then they were like, can you make him friendlier? Pitch him up a little bit more. So there's a lot of that in there, and so that's what they wanted. And then I got called back in, and they're like, can you mix those? Can you make them, make them gruff, a little bit gruff, maybe not as mean when he's fighting hollow Ichigos or hollows or whatever. It's just so many things. They get so much direction. Like I could be mean fighting hollows, but not around other people, because they thought maybe the American audience wouldn't like them. Maybe too rough for people. And so so it was like that in the beginning, but it's always like that in every show. You don't really get a lot of say until a little bit later on when they feel like you've got the character down. Like now, like with Wendy directing Bleach, sometimes she'll, does that sound weird to you? And sometimes I do have a say, but it's really kind of give and take now. Whereas it used to just be like, I just do exactly what I'm told. It's just kind of how it is, though. Yep. Say something really epic as Vash? Donuts. I don't know. I did that. I did Vash so long ago that it was like 97 or something like that, and so I still had a slight Texas accent then, and so I have to almost warm up to get into the real Vash voice, and usually it's not going to sound like Vash. It's going to sound like Ichigo. Because Ichigo is really my natural voice. And what would be epic for me to say, though? Oh, gosh. You expect me to remember what he said, though? I remember him meeting him, and I remember him giving this, like, ridiculous name, which some of you probably can even say. You can say it. You can? Let's hear it. Please. No? Can't do it? Serious? You know what? That's amazing. No, it was so long. It took me so long to get that name down. I have to have it in front of me to maybe like skip through it a little bit. But what can I say? I don't know what I can. 11 Piece isn't good enough though. Scary. But see, I don't remember. It's not gonna sound the same because I'm not like in the character, huh? I can't remember. Was it screamed? Did I? I don't remember what I did. I don't remember what I did, so I'm just going to give it a shot, and it's maybe not going to be so cool, all right? Okay. Scary! That doesn't sound right. Scary! I don't remember it. Hello, hello, hello. I don't remember his voice. It's been so long. I have to like do some scenes and know where I'm at. I think I remember the scene a little bit. And do you guys know, like, I did another voice in Trigun. I did the voice of, like, some old lady behind a door. I did. Yeah, it was, like, one of the later episodes when the girls, like, bust in, and then he's, like, he's got all the scars, and he's like, and there's some old lady that's like, is everything all right in there? And this actually probably sounded just as bad as that. And they kept it. I was like, whoa, they kept that? Yes, you guys don't know that. But now you do. And knowing's half the battle. Yes, all right. Yeah. A sarcastic Nero? What should I say? Anything? Sarcastic Nero. What did he... I can't think of anything. All I can think of is like the give me more power line or the now I know what this hand was made for. I made fun of that guy that stuttered. What? I don't remember what I see. These aren't things that I do like every day. I can't think. Is that what I said to him? Okay, the thing is that line, is that the line? Don't you think it's, what? A little harsh to make fun of the way someone talks? I added that stutter, by the way. And they're like, hey, that's good. Let's see, what was it? See, you guys know it better. You guys like just played it or something. What is he doing? He's like searching, right, for someone. Ah, gosh, guys, I can't do it. I can't remember. Anyhow, his voice is somewhere in here, though. Don't you think it's a little harsh to make fun of the way? What is it? I can't think of it now. I can't do it. It's embarrassing. You guys are making me nervous. I can't do it. It's like so different to be up here. Like it's like basically it's like me saying, I don't know, dance. Do you dance? Do you know how to dance? Dance. Dance. You know, it's like telling you to do something that you can dance. Yeah, I know. Well, you're crazy. You don't care. You don't care like that. I care, you know? Your voice doesn't snort. Mine does. No, I really feel bad because, like, I have to be in character for it to feel right and be right. Otherwise, it's just like a cheap imitation of what I did, you know, performance-wise. And the only things I can usually recall are the screaming things or things that I usually kind of say, you know. Bankai. Bankai said a few different ways. The one that I just did that I remember is Bankai. It's like separate, like that, instead of Bankai. You know what? When I was in, where was I? New Zealand? No. Australia? No. London. I was in London, and I knew it was like somewhere where they had a weird accent. And then they were saying, say Bankai. Like, Bankai? Do you want me to say Bankai or do you want me to say Bankai? So it was weird, you know? See, that's strange, right? You guys, when I did, you guys, there's a show called Mars Daybreak a while ago. I don't know, it's like a mech underwater show or something. And I played the lead, Graham. It wasn't a big project. I don't even think anybody had ever heard of it. And one of the things we deal with when we voice act is the translations from Japanese to English. Sometimes it's just so weird. It's like, I mean, first it sounds like Yoda is talking every single line, you know? It's always backwards, or they adjust it and they try to make it very similar to the Japanese, and sometimes it just doesn't work. And Mars Daybreak, the perfect case was we're in these mech things, right? These giant robots. And the thing that controlled it was like this round circle things, you know, I don't know, ball, basically. And they called it in Japanese a balls unit. And so when they translated it, it was like balls unit. And so like if anything was wrong, it's like, my balls unit's not working, you know? And then, you know, and one other character said, yes, they're very sensitive, you know, and there's like, and I was like, are you guys serious? We can't do this. Who's gonna take that serious? It just does not translate, you know? Call it something else. Can we just say BL something? I don't know. It seems weird. It doesn't work. But there's so many times where things just kind of sound wrong, you know, and you can't help but laugh. You know, that's the one where I was like, it seemed like it always happened too. But I mean, I just remember those moments. But it seemed like we were always saying balls unit, and every time with balls unit. Sorry. You're wasting our time, Johnny. Yes. You again from yesterday. Who are you? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time. I don't have a lot. Can you make this fast? I'm joking. Yeah. The band? How long have we been? We started I Shine in like 2004. Oh, how long have I been playing? I've been playing the guitar for about 7, maybe 8 years. I'm still not that good. I did too. I can play the bass though. Guitar I can play on, you know, I maybe do medium. Drums, man, I'm an idiot there. I hit everything. I start hitting like the plastic buttons and stuff in the middle. I'm like, does this do anything? That's an arrow. Oh, that's sorry. Can I hit the cup over here? It kind of sounds like a drum noise. Yeah, Emil was, you know, well, first off, he had to be really high and really weak, you know? And then there had to be a couple transitions there. He is really, really weak, and then he's Emil that's a little more confident, and then he's Emil that's getting even more confident, and then he's got this other side of him who's this kind of, you know, deeper. I don't know what you would call it. What would you call it? Yes, yeah, right, a tusk. So where he's like really dark, you know, and so I had to like it was cool though, but I read a couple things online where people were like, what? He sounds young and then he fights old? I don't get it. He's stupid. And so people just didn't understand that there's like multi-levels to the character. But hopefully, I mean, I haven't played the game, so maybe I did suck. So I guess it remains to, I'm not going to play it because I probably did suck. Yes.
I got this idea when I was watching SpongeBob as Dash. Can you say donuts? Did you say donuts? Donuts?
You want me? Okay. Donuts. Do you want me to say donuts? Did you say donuts? Donuts? Like that? Okay. But with much more enthusiasm, right? Okay. Okay. Donuts? Did you say donuts? Donuts? Yes. I have a sore throat, by the way. This morning, I woke up, you know, when you start getting a sore throat, it gets real, you're like, late at night in the morning, you're like, right? I was like, oh, man. And I was talking to myself, oh, man. And then I leaned over the sink, and I was like, and like it looked like blood. It was just like, I was like, what? That's like my heart. Take that back in. It was like a big chunk of something. I don't know. It was like beaten, too, so. It's weird. Grew legs and started running around. Tried to burn it with fire, and it was like. That's from The Thing, if you haven't seen it. I'm so full of crap. There was a little bit of blood, though, whenever I coughed up. It was bloody and brown. Yeah, I know, it's gross. I shouldn't have said that. Don't put that on YouTube, all right? People are going to be like, dude, Johnny's gross. He poops out his mouth. It's one of my many talents. Let me show you. That's stupid. Sorry. Yes, I think I'm out of time. I got to get out of here. Somebody else is in here, right? Oh no, I got a couple minutes. Yeah. You probably did. Oh no, nobody asked that. Not the spandex. My favorite part was doing. Actually, you did miss it. Was doing the fight scenes. Yeah, that was my favorite part. That and, you know, craft service was pretty good. There's always like good food to eat there. Power Rangers, man, that was so long ago. Yeah, good times. Yes, in the back. What was that? What I do to morph into a Power Ranger? Well, it was different from each season. Like the first season, it was like, it's morphin' time, and we like pulled it out of our butt, and that was it. It's like, it's morphin' time, and then it'd show our face, and we're changed. And then there was where we grabbed it out of our butt, and then we went like that, and then it would, you know. And then there was another one where we did, I don't remember. We did so many. Oh, we did the ninja one. And then we did one where it was like this, and then something like that. And then there's one that was like we're flipping somebody off or something. Zeo, was it Zeo? Yeah, it really was. It looked like it was like. It was like, yeah. You know, when I watched like when I was on Power Rangers, they had, I think it was during the Zero series. I wanted to see what the Japanese looked like, right? Because I was like, how different is it? You know, is it the same? We're taking some of the end stuff and throwing it on our show. And so I was watching, and the Rangers were fighting this giant like faucet monster. You know, it had a thing on its head, and he'd turn it, and then water would come out, and then it'd spray the Rangers, and the Rangers would be like, ah, you know, and then And then, so I was watching this scene, and he's doing that. He's turning his faucet on, and the Rangers are falling because of the water. And then it cuts back to him. He's like, whoa, spraying them. And it cuts back to the Rangers. And then the water turns kind of yellow. And I was like, what? That's weird. It gets dirty. And then it cuts back to the faucet monster, and he's like, psst. It's like peeing on them. Yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, and then I'm like, is this a kid's show in Japan? And they're like, nah, it's more of, it's like kind of family or the older. And I was like, are you serious? Because I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Man, kids would be peeing all over each other. They're like, yeah, the monster. I would volunteer to be the monster if I was a kid. I'd be like, I don't want to be the ranger, no. But I'm the faucet monster. Psst. Serious. It would be much more fun to be the villain at that point. I was peed on when I was younger, man. This kid, seriously, it reminds me of when I was actually peed on. And not by myself, although that happened many times too. I pooped on myself too. But no, I was walking home with me and my friends, and then these dudes that were like the cool kids in school, right? And they were in front of us, and we were climbing up this cliff to get over to where from the woods. We were climbing. Our school is here, woods, and then our homes were here. So we were crawling through, and then we were climbing up this creek to the top, and the cool kids went up first, and me and my friend were going up, and actually my brother was with me too, and he was like still down at the bottom, and we're climbing up, and I see the cool kid literally like, and I was like, what are they doing? And the next thing I know, he's like, just peeing on us. Yeah. And I was like I was really shy, I was insecure little kid, and I didn't talk, and so I was so devastated. And I just climbed up all wet and gave him a dirty look and walked away, because the worst part was that they had a girl there that I liked. Yeah, it was like 4th grade or something like that, 3rd or 4th grade, something like that. Yeah, it hurt. But I vowed from that day forward to pee on every bad guy. So now when people cut me off in the road, I just, take that, you bastard! No, I don't do that. But I do, I have this old Civic, right? And, the Civics have where you spray your water thing on and it just shoots up, whatever. This one is just a piece of crap. I mean, it's not that old, but for some reason, they don't make them like they used to, I don't think. Because it doesn't spray on the windshield, it sprays like that way, And I remember I was driving one time, and this dude was like up here somewhere, and he's like doing his windshield on the freeway, and it's like splashing on my car, and I just got it washed. I'm like, you jerk! And then he's like, now he can see or whatever, and I was like, spit up and got in front of him, and my things shoot out, so I was like, and watching him, and he was getting mad, and we were racing down the freeway, but it felt good because it was like payback. But the guy didn't even mean to do it. Actually, I was a jerk, wasn't I? I think I was the jerk in that moment. Sorry, dude. Yeah, he probably cut somebody off at one point. I don't know. Anyhow, LA traffic's bad. It's like I'm putting on a stupid show. Like this is material. I grabbed this out of my butt. Forgot my next line. Feel like a superhero, yes. I don't know. Broken Path we shot a couple years ago, and producer was amazing. We all loved him. It wasn't me. No, we hate him. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. We don't know what's going on. It was online, supposed to come out like September, but we don't know what happened. Maybe it was just the economy. We don't know. And so I forgot I left it on my desk. But none of you guys showed up anyways to see it. So, hey, you guys were there just to chill out, right? You guys weren't there to see the movie. Just say that, all right? There's like 6 of you. It was more interesting to have me act like an idiot, right? You guys weren't even paying attention, were you? Are you still talking? Man, I'm gonna pee on you later. That's mean, sorry. I'm not gonna pee on you. It's such a mean thing to do to people. Pee on them. It's so degrading. Any other questions? Yes. Yeah, I play Genma. I've been called in a few times, so I don't know. I've been called in a few times. I know that they've had more games than I've been in. Like, I haven't been in all of them. Genma, I don't even think they show his face. Yeah. Do you guys even know who Genma is in Naruto? This guy with the thing in his mouth. Yeah. He doesn't do anything. He just gets beat up. I play other random dying ninjas in that, though. I get crushed at one point. I get run over by a bull, I think, at some point. I don't know. Was I? I played a couple filler characters. You didn't watch it, though, right? I didn't watch it. Don't worry, man. I'm not going to test you on it. I didn't watch it. My spare time, I like to write music. I like to play my guitar. Like to pee on people. No, I think just music. I really think that's kind of all I do. Work is actually pretty fun, though. I enjoy working. Not just because I get paid, but it's fun. You know, it is. It's good to do something you enjoy. Like, I'd hate to pick weeds. I just got a house in California, and it's expensive there. And the guy who had the house before, he laid concrete, and I guess he brought his work home, and he just, like, poured it all over his yard. And, like, seriously, instead of grass, it was concrete. And I was like, well, I want a yard, you know? And so I broke up all the concrete in the front backyard. I started off with a sledgehammer, which, boy, that's a lot of work. And I thought, it'd be a good workout. And I'm out there, like, seriously, like, banging away on this concrete. And I was getting through, and I got, like, maybe 2 feet done, and then the neighbor came by, and he's like, I got a jackhammer. Works a lot better than that. I was like, sweet. And so then I broke it up. But then, like, now it's like we got a nice yard or whatever, but no grass. And it's like winter or whatever, right? But now all these weeds are growing up. And then those things are really... How many of you guys actually pull weeds and stuff? Dang. It sucks, doesn't it? Because then it's like the weed grows right next to the baby grass, and you're like, oh, the baby grass. But if you're like gonna dig in there and get that root to the weed or whatever, it's like gonna be grass too. And I just have like holes now all over my yard. I gotta hire somebody, man. But the last guy I hired to do anything, like hit the main line, he's like, oh, I hit the main line. It's like, thanks, dude. $800. Don't let them hit that main line. Yes. What? I play a Schecter blackjack. It's got a nice distortion sound to it, kind of natural grungy sound to it. I have a Fender. I'm getting a Gibson because my band, we didn't win. We got like second place in some Southern California region. I don't know what it was, but we got that. So I'm gonna get that. It's probably start a guitar. I have an Epiphone. Is it time for me to go? All right. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, I'm late. Oh, okay, so I hope you guys had fun. I don't think I do anything else, so. I'm signing autographs at 5 o'clock, so I'll see you guys there, yeah?